all.
Oh, he's going up into the window as the exec comes through. Kayak already dropped, and here's Alfier's opportunity. He's being spotted, still manages to find one. He's pulling them back into this. Opening pick for RRQ, but an immediate response from Fnatic puts them into a 4v2 post plant.
Yeah, this is going to be tough to break back in. That double entry's huge, but Alfier still on the wall, has been caught out. Chronicle in a fairly open position, but will just opt to fall back. Utility not really available for that attack, but a singular paranoia for Munye.
Could get them back through. Chronicle's just got his flashback online. There's the shot from Jemkin though. Crashies, who is desperately low, is down. And it's the two players in Boathouse who have to pull this off. Chronicle with a pistol in hand. It might not be the classic. It's impressive in terms of the util, the positions that RRQ are playing in as well. It's making it a bit of a headache for Fnatic. And with that extra time bought, rotation through from Jemkin, mid fully secured, and Fnatic are going to go for this late control. Alfier wants to push deep into the spawn. He's got a guy on the rotate trying to cut it off, and he'll grab one. That's the res online, but Crashy's double, and Boaster clearing out the rest of the site. What was a very labored round in terms of the time being down, but that position from Boaster, it's sneaky. If Jemkin steps back out, if Cushy tries to cross the market, they could be caught off here.
Now has the idea that there's a player in position.
Here.
Jemkin's gate crash is about to run out, but just at the last second he's able to catch that kill. Boaster not being able to spot the player further, but that will be an immediate retrieval. Wonderful usage of the salvos though. That would be the pick-off of Kayak for the second time this round. His KD taking a beating. And so are Fnatic in the early stages. They need a response, and well, Jemkin's operator has just been a game changer.
Spike down
From an almost clean round for Fnatic, it's looking like we might get one in response.
Yeah, I love this from RRQ. The salvos there onto the res, just a flash. Nicely done. Jemkin not able to hit the shot on the jumping Kayak. And it will be a 5 versus 4 with the big player of the previous round, the big weapon of the operator down. They try to delay with the salvos, but Kayak's already through. Crashed through the gates on the B site. And he's claimed it for Fnatic. A plant now secured. A 5 versus 3. RRQ, well, you talked about the slow rounds. This was a bit more direct, but we might still get that late round save.
Well, I also think it was Boaster's paranoia that must have just been perfectly placed, because I think that was just an immediate gate crash into the site for Kayak, and it looks almost silly that he's able to get that kill for free. Breaking back into this though, it was mentioned, it's not going to be easy. You're facing off against that Vice in tandem with Sage, and well, that's before you even talk about some of the individual brilliance currently in the server. This has been a very peculiar game. Both sides winning a lot of their rounds incredibly cleanly. And this time that pace change from Fnatic, and more importantly, catching out of Jemkin, has turned this completely in the other direction. At least though, Crazy Guy's going to make it a little bit more costly, but let's be real, it's not going to do. He's got an operator of his own. Clearly expecting that aggression to come in. Early TP just to try and clear out Switch, the run in. Kayak's already gone down. Smoke going to be thrown back out to try and delay them that a little bit further, but it feels like now Fnatic are a little bit more committed. Boaster has made that move eventually, but is the only one out. They're still just trying to get through this choke point. Stuck by Munye Smoke.
The plant away, 12 seconds.
With Dimensional Drift online though, I'm not worried. Like, you could just throw that in just to confirm this round. I think clearing out all of the risky angles will just make this so much easier. And playing this as a 4 versus 2 retake, I think the gamble would be is if you left it down to a 1v1 on the site. They're not going to allow that to happen. Chronicle though, this is what I'm talking about. He's going to try and get aggressive, try and be surprising. They already know where he is. That surprise factor is gone.
Alpha though still manages to land a shot. They know where Chronicle is. That was the problem. It's down to the low HP player. He's healed himself slightly. He'll survive a shot, but not to the head. Cushy puts him in the ground, and RRQ convert. Site, which is much more open.
I wonder if this is down to the Steel Garden. One way to level the playing field would be to use that ultimate, remove the weaponry. So if you sit out of the site, fairly easy to step back. It's a slow ult to activate. And then you don't lose any of your weaponry, you can run back in on the retake. And you can see all of this utility being expended, set up to try and make things that little bit more awkward. Well, there's absolutely nobody here.
Yeah, there won't be the Steel Garden used, but instead the gate crash alongside Paranoia to clear that backside beat. We've already seen the impact from Kayak, but so passive are RRQ. They tried to disrupt the plant. They won't find it. Chronicle lands a double poster on the frenzy. Hold on. This is looking very winnable for Fnatic all of a sudden. And xFaroe falls quickly. Crashy's getting revenge, catches him looking the other way from the...
But here it is.
One round down, they're on the B site this time, completely trapped in. This is a problem. Cushy, he's gonna have a swarm of locusts descending upon him, but his weapon is back up. The flash catches, but Cushy, good for one, good for two! Against all odds on the backside. He was caught by the steel garden. But he's the one drawing blood till Chronicle again delivers a double.
Chronicle has been impressive. Gemkin rifle retrieved. Crashies has that Hunter's Fury, but using it might be difficult. Nice shock dart, but even still a couple. Looked like they could have gone the other way, but Chronicle still stands tall.
Gemkin's going back out for more. Same spot as before. Of course, he's got teammates covering deep into mid, so he doesn't have to worry about his left side. He's covering this cross, and eventually that fight is going to be forced out. Crashies, but it's more importantly Alphier with the spike. He's got two! Alpha walls up, pops the res, uses it as a bait for another, but xFaroe delivers. And a 2 versus 2 spawns from this with the ult from Boaster. The spike will be reclaimed, but look at Munyet.
Giving his position away. Clearly aware of the potential Paranoia to re-swing, but he's not won the fight. And now xFaroe left on just 20 HP. This will be a tough one to win, but it will come down to the timing. If he can find a gap, find some space, maybe there's an opportunity down to just 10. Facing off, and he has managed it with barely any HP left. Because it is much, much harder.
Oh, Fnatic! They're giving them a taste of their own medicine. It's the stack up on mid. 3 instead of RRQ's 4. But they have found 2 picks and left xFaroe down to 5. A much more successful start. And one of the things I wanted to highlight, Tom, is the man we're on board with right now, Munyet. He has had a tough first half, and a man we have high expectations for. I don't think Fnatic will get to see this side of Munyet for much longer. But for now, certainly a lot more to be desired. And with this pistol, if Fnatic win this, that's both pistols under their belt, which ultimately, in a 7-5 half, the pistol was what made the difference.
Yeah. I think it'd be a bit more damning. What?
All right.
Okay, that's going to help them out a little bit. A full blind shot for one of their players. Munyet's found another. You mentioned him, and he's come alive. And it's starting to get a little bit dangerous. A fight that could change it, but it's the jumping. He's known for his dancing, but he'll stand up as well. And he may not find anything again. xFaroe just jiggling.
He's going to go out. The gate crash going to be used. Surely it's running out of time. There we go. He's back out, but Crashy's out of the round. He's taken down in market, and RRQ used that knowing that rotations will come through. Now they look to pressure towards mid. This is the right read. Fnatic are offering up a fight, and if the numbers from the attack go that way, they could have had a duel. Very heavily favored to themselves. In fact, they still might. Boaster's going to be walled up here. It's an audacious play, but he goes jumping on top of the box. And xFaroe in with the early punish. A 3 versus 5 now.
Yeah, I don't mind the idea, but the additional jump made it difficult. Chronicle on the other side. They're going to have at least a little bit of worries about that Guardian after the last round. Alpha, he's being watched. Well played by Munyet. Making sure that lurk can't come in from behind, and while it needs to be a 1v5, it is not going to happen. A solid round from the side of RRQ. Patient in mind that the Vice Wall has also been moved into middle, so they have a lot of information on that part of the map. The push, though, not going that way.
The drone already put through on A. Alarm bells ringing. Fnatic know the hit's coming in with that Paranoia having landed. Kayak doesn't find much. A quieter performance continues. We look for another hero on this site. Alphier grabs some info, but swings into heavy traffic. Boaster isolated. He'll be taken down after 1. Chronicle and Crashies. Okay, that shock dart makes it doable. I was already thinking perhaps the save call, but now they can go for this. I'm a crazy guy taking a fight alone. He's giving them a real chance. xFaroe so desperately low. They'll play this together with a flash still in play for Chronicle. That's a good way to burst them out into this site. If xFaroe doesn't break this, Munyet be blinded up. It's going down below. Oh, it's going up top. Okay, they're clearing it. Now looking to fight together with the reveal. They've seen one, they've seen the other, but xFaroe lands the shot. And it's all onto Crashies. The drop down should be deadly. A double swing, but xFaroe gets ahead of the play. Crashies running out of time, but he'll catch Munyet as the spike ticks away. Fnatic, it's close, but I think they've got it. Double digits on the board.
And if it's not, they'll know that position is clear, and instead they set up a firing squad around the shear. But this is what I've enjoyed from RRQ. They've been methodical at slowly breaking their way through this utility. Information will be had that there's two players around this position. Steel Garden thrown in to try and remove that weaponry, but Jemkin may be already doing enough. 30 seconds left on the clock, and
30 seconds
there's nobody here anymore, at least with the weaponry. And this hold into mid, it could be a problem. That's a spike down.
Mid.
They need to run back into the hands of Chronicle. He's waiting, but he can't quite win the fight. Jemkin once again with a weaponry, at least on Boaster. Definitely not ideal, but again, this is just posturing. They now head back towards Kayak. Now, he's been having a rough game. They could definitely use him helping them out. And with the Hunter's Fury in combination, that creates a distraction. That's the spike on the deck. 15 seconds left. This one's looking a little bit more rushed. They need to get a move on. And Althea and Chronicle at the back of this site. All they need to do is hold the line at least a few seconds. And in fact, they've already got the Thorns to do that job for them. Fnatic find their form, and of course, once more, into the hands of Chronicle. This could be a chance for RRQ to equalize, or it could be the end of the map. Kayak again, not quite connecting, got to go forward. Position being created, awkward. And the openers for RRQ are fantastic. Nobody really here to try and deny them anymore. His spams from Crashies are hopeful at best, especially with them knowing his exact position. And it now comes down to the same decision for Fnatic. Do you risk this?
I love this from Jemkin, 10 HP in a heads-up duel. He's not going to do very well, so he decides to play that very late wraparound. That should seal the deal. And even if Fnatic decide to go back and save these weapons, he will be waiting. Alpha down, Boaster follows, and Crashies inside the smoke. It's soon to fade. I don't think he's got a great chance of holding on to this weapon. And he won't do any damage. It's a flawless round.
Who's next?
Now is where they need to recover, because RRQ have been building into this attack side.
Oh, here we go. Jemkin finding the info. Cushy finding the tags and finding the IGL of Fnatic. He will lead from the death screen, but Chronicle able to trade things back, removing this extra smokes in the late round. That's going to be quite the blow. It looks like Fnatic want to get ahead of this. They've got 3 players in heaven, but a flash primed and ready. They're thinking about getting aggressive as the Rose Garden goes through. In comes Kayak. He's found one. A wall bang onto Crazy Guy, but Jemkin, he's keeping this, well, at least under control for a moment, even with the pistol in play. Late around for xFaroe's going to be all that it comes down to, but he's got to swing into a plant position that he just cannot deny the defuse from. 12 to 10, Fnatic. They edge out this round, and they've got 2 chances to take the map.
Himself into the corner.
Okay, Crush.
Is this something that's checked? It is, and what Jemkin has been winning that fight time and time again. His sight hold, though, has been devastating. They're walking into Chronicle's domain, and thus far this game he's been dominant.
Yeah, Chronicle has been the difference maker. Crashies has been pretty reliable. The utilities keeping them out of Boathouse for now. But the push comes to a slow for RRQ. The spike retrieved. They haven't set their sights on it just yet. The run through the smoke successful for xFaroe. With Chronicle already gone, Boaster and Alpha have a difficult decision. Going for this. And, oh, well, it's no longer a decision. No debate. Jemkin's down, and it's xFaroe and Munyet against Boaster and Alpha.
They've got a real opportunity. Back into the 2 versus 2. Maybe expectations that there'll be somebody within this smoke already. Althea not really willing to risk it, but eventually jumps through, but doesn't realize maybe there's somebody on the other side. They will now, and even going to trade it out. The TP used as bait. Munyet to try and keep them in the map, and he cannot do it. Althea standing once again. A 3rd kill in the round, and well,
doing a great job of keeping their utility here. Munyet not burning up a Paranoia. Taking this as a contact play now gives them a lot more to work with when it comes to this post plant. I'm curious to see whether this was going to be used in an aggressive way with the position of Jemkin to try to paranoia him through when they hear these steps of the retake, but instead they're playing back on the side.
They got both of the shock darts and the recon as well, so there's a lot available for them.
This paranoia line
to try and have their sweaty little lineups. There's the paranoia just to kind of keep Jemkin safe in the corner. It does mean they know he's there. Crashy's able to clear already. Potential, but it's just going to be the firefights for Crazy Guy, but it's worked out. One found already within the Smokers Chronicle. He's trying to continue from before, and immediately it's going to land himself another shot. It's whether or not he has enough time. He does not. It was incredibly close for another Chronicle miracle. Utility. Recon already being sent out to try and clear some of that backline, but in fact it's a much deeper post plant. The spams is the aim of the game. A 1-for-1 trade, but bear in mind what they lost it on last time. It was the time, it was the clock that went against Fnatic. Already you see the fragment into position. At times starting to tick down once again, and they're only just getting onto it. The shock dart, it's going to go through, but it's missed. I don't think it's quite as close this time around. They will be able to get it done. Alpha as well, he's 1 HP. Like, the spams have done so much damage to the side of Fnatic. But getting back into this site is going to be a difficult one. They're still going for it. They're still trying to make that space. Kayak's actually won the opener. That's not a bad way to find themselves back into the round, but it's this late wraparound from Mumyet that could cause the problems. The fight on the site actually going the way of Fnatic, and an old school cam on the spike is going to be a nasty surprise. It means once again they haven't been able to get on it. Have they heard Munyet? No, they haven't. But he's going to be caught. A last second check from Chronicle gets the job done. It could have been a wonderful moment for two for them. They're heading there early.
Knife is broken. Jemkin, though, already in, taking the space, but Kayak's there to punish. We've seen this before. He just gets out, happy with his opening pick, with the advantage claim. The spike making it to backside. This is normally the aftershock goes down. This time they try to deny the close plant. The wraparound from Munyet catches them in that transition period, and it's a 4 versus 4. RRQ have a late flank coming in from Xfero as well, covering all their bases. There is still a trip covering it. These players on site could be under pressure. Kayak, that ult's not quite going to hit Munyet up in heaven. Xfero and Munyet both finding theirs. And then now that flank putting so much pressure on Fnatic need to be quick. They got to run forward. There's gaps in the play, and RRQ are exploiting them. We'll have to now wait. They've got so much util for the retake, but that clock is going to run low by the time they can use it.
Well, it has been running low every single time. Munyet faking out the idea, and well, Cushy's just swung into them. He knew where they were. That's messy though. Both of them have somehow managed to find 3. This round was looking done, but it's left all on to Munyet. He's been revealed. They know where he is, but he wants to take that fight, and he will not win it. Time for Munyet to make potentially the play of the round. He's watching everybody. It's a little bit messy, but he'll still get the one. Not quite as much as he would have hoped for, but the rest of the players have still been just waiting patiently. Cushy again, swinging from the same angle. And this guy has been unstoppable from that spot.
Thunder, they'll still compete for the orb, but with 4 players here, it's going to be the exact same round minus the null command. They've lost one to Chronicle. That rolling thunder will be put through. It almost sent Munyet off the map, and instead it sent him into the waiting arms of Chronicle, but a 3v3, and again this mid-play. Alpha got the better of Xfero last time, but this time it's revenge for RRQ's Cypher. The B site now open as we can see. Oster getting his rifle out. It looked like a little late, but he'll end up equalizing things.
Okay, well throughout this, Chronicle didn't move. I can understand why. You've seen a kill on the other side of the map. You kind of had the expectation that they go the other way. He's now started to claim some control. Perfect positioning, but it's a little bit labored. It's given an opportunity. Crazy Guy's been able to get out of the grab well. Because of that, he gets that early fight. And Boast has been wrapping around the backline, going all the way around the map to try and get in from behind. He does have the Cosmic Divide available, but placing it while in the open would be a massive risk. He's just trying to make his way into the site, and Crazy Guy, well, it's been too long. He started to realize that he has to be coming in from behind. The tap on the spike reveals his opponent's position. But the clock is in his favor. Boaster, though, will just about be able to take it.
Dealing with Alpha Year's utility, it doesn't feel like he's getting a lot off those traps, constantly being destroyed. Always caution on the push through. It will be the same again.
He's using this Fnatic to clear mid.
Fnatic group up here. 4 players moving into heaven, but RRQ want to take the fight to them. Boaster and Chronicle, though, good for the duel. In goes the Hunter's Fury. It's a narrow laneway. Doesn't land for more than the 1, though. 4 versus 3. Oh, Monyet! He's just delivered a double. Managed to find them, fall back, and then the trap on the other side reveals one of the last players. Boaster, the one that was unknown. Alpha will be caught by Crazy Guy in the 1v1. Back and forth as it went.
Him deliver on either the Yoru or the Waylay. And what is a fast-paced take once again for RRQ.
Jemkin looking to harvest souls, caught by the stun, yet he still survives. Cushy again, but it's Boaster with a double. Breathing life into Fnatic. But in a 2v3, still on the back foot.
He loves the cam on the spike.
And it got down just in time. That shock dart landed just a little bit too late. And Crashies, he'll have no more chance to play with the bow. Last man standing, Alpha Year. He's got a classic now.
Stinger at range.
Rifle. But better than the classic, perhaps. Well, maybe not, actually. It depends. Certainly ended up with a better rifle.
That is what RRQ have been so good at. They're not going to give him a single fight. Just jiggle peeking, baiting him into taking awkward positions. He doesn't have anything to play with. The time against him. And look, even at the end, the cam will be what decides the round. Just making sure that there is no fight to be had. The half will be won by RRQ. And well,
a lot of space on A.
Oh, it's almost an early pick. Kayak eventually will find one, but he's traded out by Cushy again. He seems to love this B site. But with space being held, this was something that the old Fnatic on this map loved to do. They just leave Boaster in the spawn. Crashies, though, has been caught, looking like maybe he wanted to try and get out of there. Instead, they're now walking into a site that I imagine they believe to be clear, but Xpharaoh definitely still waiting. And actually, he's in the perfect position. Now they try and split back through. They'll be able to deal with him. And in fact, Boaster's caught a couple. One of the remaining players incredibly low, but they need to get this plant in. And Boaster holding the line.
10 seconds left.
He's found himself 3 already, but he's the last healthy player. Alpha down to 25. That's Sheriff. A 6 chambered up against him, and it's Boaster to deliver his 4th of the round.
They might leave themselves in a bit of trouble next round.
We'll see how the economy's settled. As players start to fall.
Oh, hey!
He's got one up top. That's another rifle. This is a full buy now! Kayak! It's double connected, and he's hungry for more. Blood in the water, and he's swimming straight towards Xpharaoh. Just about manages to survive that engagement. The Cypher healthy towards the spawn, but a 5 versus 3. That investment for Fnatic paying off.
But that was the man we wanted to see. He's been missing throughout the majority of this series. Cushy trying to take space back through. This is not going to be easy. Maybe it is. There's a gap. A spot for him to take a fight. But look how passive the remaining players are. Cushy's found another. Making this one interesting for sure. They've dodged themselves that knife. And now already that time being caught. And Boaster and Chronicle combined. Holding the line. The man next to him is meant to be the superstar, but...
Yeah, it's the still water that stagnates. It's time to switch it up. Fnatic straight to the B site. The op shot not landed, and quite a bit of damage done in return. Xpharaoh falls. Utility now. Those trap plays no longer there to work with, and Alpha gets the info on the back of it. Oh, Crazy Guy trying for the punish. He finds himself falling.
Here.
In a 5v3, that off needs to start delivering, but the opportunities are few and far between with trades lightning fast for Fnatic. double digits acquired, and they are on the path to success.
Yeah, this is... Cushy's been one of the few glimmers of hope in this map, and Boaster's just walking it down on his own.
Well, that is a deep play. The Rolling Thunder catching it for the mid-split. The next Pharaoh able to survive inside his cage, at least for now. Hunter's Fury not finding its mark. Pressure applied as Jenkins rotates, cut off. Boaster in there with a third kill of the round. This guy's off to a flying start, and it looks like soon to be a finish for the attacking side. A fourth denied, but Chronicles there for the trade. 12-7.
He's got both trips just blocking off this right-hand side. They're yet to be broken. They now will be, or at least the first one. If anybody's jumping across, Boaster could go flying off the map, but it may not even matter in the end. Only two standing. Make that just one.
Spike planted.
Crazy guy needs a crazy finish, and he will not live to tell the tale. Perfection for Fnatic on that attack side. Not a single round dropped.